Good morning, family and friends. This is me, and no, I do not claim to be any kind of expert at this or anything like that, but I just wanted to try and help. My thing this year is uh, let's talk more, doing more knowledge. And one of the things that I found out, I've been in the car industry now for the last since 2013, pretty much, and I've worked on the collection side of car and auto finance. I've worked on the what they call the funding side. That's where whenever you apply for a loan, I take a look at your stuff. I will look at your income and your debt, and um, I'll be one of the ones. I used to be one of the ones that had the final push button. I would push the button and say, yeah, this is good, everything checks out, and that's how the dealerships would get paid. So I've seen a lot about car buying, and I've done a lot of things over these past few years. I'm also a finance major. For those who didn't know, I have a bachelor's degree from the University of Texas. I just wanted to give a little knowledge to my friends and family about some basic car buying stuff. Uh, Before you decide to buy a car, home, furniture, I do want to say that number one, I have not experienced it yet where I've been wrong about this, but all of them are negotiable. The prices and things that they tell you are negotiable. And you have to understand that even if they say, hey, we don't negotiate, we're one price, I don't care. We're negotiating. And the one thing I do really want to say to you though, that when you start talking about negotiating, you do need to know value. You do know what you can pay and what you can handle. So I'm gonna just walk through a quick series, a quick little car buying, real quick. There's so much more information I really need to give, but I don't have the time, and I don't want to make this video too long. So the first thing that I want to talk to you about is a budget. Right now, I've went and I've downloaded a budget. If you want if you want a budget, I can do one for you in Excel that does a lot of things automatically, and I really can. And then also you can download budgets. I do suggest at all costs to see a financial specialist, but if you don't, this right here is one you can just go online. I just went online and I downloaded a sample budget, my budget plan table of contents, and what um what it does is it just looks at your income. That's one part. Your fixed expenses. Fixed expenses might be stuff like your lights, your rent, your mortgage, car payments, etc. Other expenses, you can see here maybe like credit cards. If you decide to finance furniture, I don't suggest it. But if you did, finance appliances, stuff like that, expenses, food, entertainment. And the one thing I do want to point out with most budgets, I did a little bit of financial counseling during my time in the military. I took a couple of courses in it, and the one thing I found out is this: whenever you plan for your budget, you do need to plan for savings. You do need to plan for extended long range planning. You need short range planning. But one of the reasons that many people's budgets fail is because they don't plan for the unexpected or for the unplanned. Anytime you make a budget, you need to leave yourself a portion of money that if for instance, you have to change a tire, if you had to pay, for instance, a court ticket, something to that nature. If you decided, hey, we're gonna all go out to eat, or we're going to the movies, or we're going out to some family fun, somebody gets sick, you need to leave a little bit of money for that. So just make sure that when you're doing a budget, you do leave that in, because that's oftentimes what makes people's budgets fail. All right. So the next thing, after you've gotten your budget, you know what you can pay, you want to go and get your loan. I suggest to almost everybody that you go and you get pre-approved. Pre-approval is something that I think is automatic, should be automatic for you. One of the things for me, this is my personal bank. I use Navy Federal, but they have auto loan options. And if you look at that, you will see here you have the option of a new loan. you have an option to refinance, and this is if you're looking for this for like boats and motorcycles, etc. If you click on that, for instance, it'll bring it up and have you to apply. You'll put in your information, etc. Also, many banks, such as my bank here, will have many of them will have some finance tools. And what I mean by that is they have an auto buying program. So they can help you find some places with discounts. They have auto calculators. Those are really significant for me. New car versus old car depreciation calculator, monthly payment calculator. This is one of the ones I use a lot, monthly payment, just looking at how much. Once you've made your budget and you figure out how much you can afford for a car, considering that you may have to pay insurance, considering that you should set aside a little something every month for repairs, etc., you need to look at the monthly calculator, figure out what you can pay. Once you figured out what you can pay with something like this, it also tell you a lot of times about what you can finance, especially once you've done your application. Once you have that amount, I strongly suggest people to start looking online to get some information. I use several sites. A lot of times for me, cars.com. You can see it right here. I use Auto Trader. It's one of my favorite sites. And oftentimes I will use Edmunds. Edmunds is a popular one. One thing about Edmunds is Edmunds has a lot of car values at this point. But anyway, if you're doing that, let's look at Auto Trader, for instance. And let's say how you would use something like this, Acura, and I wanted an MDX. And then you put in your zip code. For me, we use that zip code here. And then once we hear our search, you'll see that some Acuras pop up. A lot of times you can see what a brand new 2020 Acura MDH SH is going for, which is around 46. But a lot of times you can look at the KBB rating. Sometimes some of these sites have some information that are helpful to you. For instance, here's one that says 2019, and then it has it for 41,000. But a lot of times with this, it'll say Kelly Blue Book pricing. This is a good price for it. So, and then you're looking at the mileage, a couple other things. So that's one of the particular sites, but many of them do very similar things. Now, once you found what you want and you want to compare for yourself, there's several sites. Again, there's Edmunds. And one of the popular sites, if you're on the East Coast, you may want to look at kbb.com. And it has a lot of information, so you can go to it. And you were looking at an SUV. It was an Acura. It was a 2019, I believe, the one we saw there, used. And it'll put up like an Acura MDX. There you go. You can see some of the quality ratings on it. And this was a SH all-wheel drive hybrid. I believe this was a tag. Let me make sure. Okay, Acura MDX Sport with advanced package. Oh yeah, that's the nice one there. But okay, advanced package hybrid, and then you put in like the mileage. This one is 15,000 miles on it, so I'm just rounded up to 16. And hit continue. I'm just put price with standard options so we can kind of get through this quickly. And it'll tell me that this vehicle clean retail, a lot of times dealerships will sell it for around $45,000. If you see that there. Clean trade-in, if you tried to sell this vehicle to the dealership, At a clean trade-in, they may offer you 42. Let me help you out on this. They will never offer you clean trade-in. They will never even offer you rough trade-in. Every time I've ever tried to talk to them, they've always tried to lowball me below this. However, again, everything is negotiable. So even what they tell you, if you know you have a great vehicle, good miles, everything great, I would definitely push to get above this rough trade-in, but look to be around this even after negotiations. If you decide to trade in a vehicle, look up your vehicle, see what your rough trade-in is, and try to get above that somewhere. Look at their vehicle, and what I do is I look between this and this, and I'm probably gonna shoot for somewhere around here if I would go to buy this vehicle, around $40,000, because I do understand that this vehicle is, as I drive it, it's gonna lose value really quickly. So that's that's NADA. I'll just try to put this up so you can see it a little bit better. NADA guides. One of the other ones I use is Kelley Blue Book. And Kelley Blue Book has a little bit of shopping. It's good. But now, after you found the vehicle you want, you got it for the price you want, you're negotiating, do not forget your car history. You do need to get the Carfax report. The Carfax report shows if there's been any, what you would do with that. I'm going to do this real quickly. I'm kind of short on time. The VIN number, a lot of times they'll have it on here. So for me, I will take and try to copy the VIN. Control C. And I will go back to my car history and I will throw the VIN in. Now some of these reports are going to cost you. You'll see it come up like this. You know, what this does is it'll show the accidents, true mileage, if it's been salvaged, how many people has owned it, if it's been an auction, any damage, has it been stolen. It'll give you a lot of information if you are using this type of tool. But this is one of the final tools I use before I start negotiating a lot of things. I'll look up the Carfax, the values, and make sure I'm good to go. I know this video was a little bit lengthy, about 12 minutes, but this is a quick way to do a little bit of car shopping. I think it's really necessary, but if you don't have time to see it all, that's okay. But I did put this out there for anybody willing. Love you.